Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Fighting Saints baseball here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Today we have a doubleheader between the Calumet College of St. Joseph Crimson Wave and your University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. I'm Jake DiLorenzo, and I'll be with you for 2 games here today as we play a doubleheader. First game will be 7 innings, the second will be 9 innings. Calumet comes into today with a record of 9-17, while St. Francis is sitting at 7-18. St. Francis dropped one yesterday to North Park, 6-0 in a game that featured very little offense from the Fighting Saints. And you know, to be able to win baseball games, you got to be able to put the ball in play, and they just couldn't do that yesterday. Looking for a different story today. The first game today will be 7 innings, followed by a 9-inning game, approximately half hour to 45 minutes after the first one. Let's see how manager Brian Mahalik sets the Saints up today. Batting first and playing third is Hector Carrillo. Batting second in left field, Jake Vera. Hitting third, the first baseman, Eric Maffey. Hitting fourth and center, Luke Ketchum. Nate Maliska's in the 5 hole. He's the DH. Brian Hidalgo's in the 6 hole. He's playing shortstop. John McGuire's at second, hitting 7th. Jake Lasota's behind the plate, hitting 8th. And the freshman, Max Montgomery, is in right field, batting 9th. Starting pitcher for the Fighting Saints today is Sam Pileggi. Pileggi comes into this one with a 4.35 ERA. He's appeared in 5 games, started all 5 of them. He's thrown about 20 2/3 innings, striking out 19, only walking 9, so the strikeout to base on ball ratio is really, really good. He's given up 10 on the season. Opponents are hitting .217 against him, so he's got stuff working. Let's see if he can do today against the North Park lineup that is leading off with Sean Moore, who's sitting an impressive 429 on the season with a home run and 13 driven in. He's slugging .543 with a .534 on base. Behind him is Darius Little, also hitting .329 with 1 home run as well. 15 driven in. He's slugging .400 with a .467 on base. And in the 3 hole will be Nicholas Anderson hitting .323, also with a home run with 25 driven in. He is a .419 slugging with a .390 on base. So the bottom line for this Calumet team is they know how to hit. They know how to hit, and St. Francis has been struggling lately on the mound, so we'll see if Sam Pileggi can change the narrative here today. 2 baseball games, and we are just about ready to get underway here at Dooley Health and Care Field. First pitch from Pileggi on the way. First pitch is taken from Sean Moore outside.
Temperature 46 degrees.
1-0 on Sean Moore from Pileggi. Takes ball 2. Sean Moore is a Chicago, Illinois native from Thornwood High School. He's a sophomore pitcher and outfielder. One of the rare two-way talents that we're seeing become so much more common than it was before. It's like Lasota's trying to get a sign here. Pledge had to fix something with his belt. A little bit of a wardrobe malfunction here. 2 pitches into the game. And Sean Moore steps back into the box. 2-0 from Pledge on the way. Taken low. 3-0 to Sean Moore. Not a spot that you want to be in if you're Pledge. Sean Moore is leading the team with 7 stolen bases, so getting him on base would prove to be not a good thing for the Fighting Saints, as he does end up walking Moore on 4 straight pitches, and a threat is already on the base paths for the Crimson Wave. That'll bring up Darius Little, like I mentioned, hitting .329 with a home run and 15 driven in. This team all around can hit, and as I'm looking up and down the roster, there are a lot of guys hitting .280 and above. Something to really look out for if you're Pledge, who actually has a pretty good batting average against him. As he misses again there, 5 balls in a row for Pledge, as it's 1-0 to Darius Little. Darius Little, also from Chicago, Illinois, attended Simeon High School, as well as Morton Community College. As it is 1-1 now as Pledge throws his first strike of the day. Ground ball here would be pretty good. It will be tough to turn 2 with the speed at first from Sean Moore. And he takes strike 2. Little's down 1-2. After Pledge walks Sean Moore, the first batter on 4 straight pitches. The 1-2 from Pledge. Misses low. Lesota digs it out. Count moves to 1-2. Sam Pledge actually carries the best ERA on the team, so if you want to turn the momentum around, Pledge's the guy that you want on the mound, as he misses low again there. Lesota with a nice block. Count moves to 2-2. Pledge, like I mentioned, strikeout to walk ratio is really, really good. He's got a really effective changeup. 2-2 from Pledge. Swings and misses. Darius Little strikes out, and that's going to bring up Nicholas Anderson, who, much like the rest of this roster, is hitting .323 with a home run and 25 driven in. .419 slugging and a .390 on base. Puts his OPS well above 800. Sean Moore still on first. Lesota blocks one more, takes off, fires to second, and he didn't get him. Sean Moore slid underneath the tag, and Hidalgo could not, or McGuire, my bad, could not slap the tag down in time. Sean Moore's all of a sudden on second base. With 1 away here. Pledge kicks and delivers the 1-0. Another one in the dirt. Pledge seems to be missing low early here in this game. Whether it's release point or I don't know what's going on, but to a lineup that features this many people that can hit the ball real well, got to make sure your command's on point. Misses again there. Count is quickly 3-0. From Pledge to Anderson. Right down the middle for strike 1. 3-1. Got to make a good pitch here. In the on-deck circle is one of the lower batting averages of the team, Michael Macknick, hitting .209 with 14 driven in. But any ball that gets sent will likely score Sean Moore if Anderson can advance him here. Pickoff attempt there unsuccessful. Was close, but was not in time for Sean Moore. 3-1 from Pledge to Anderson. Kicks and delivers. Takes strike 2. Count moves full. This would be a huge out for Pledgy here if he can get it done. The payoff pitch from Pledgy. Grounds this one towards the right side. Maffey tries to make a play, fielded by McGuire, who throws it in time to Pledgy at first. Nice play by John McGuire as Sean Moore moves to third. And there are now two outs now for Michael Macknick. Like I mentioned, Macknick hitting .209, and Pledgy's 1 out away from avoiding the leadoff man being on. Misses low for ball 1 there. St. Francis yesterday, they got into a jam in the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, and freshman Jacob Jerko worked his way out of it. And that was bases loaded, nobody out. There's a runner on third here with 2 outs with arguably the best pitcher on this St. Francis roster on the mound. And it's now 2-0 to Michael Macknick. Pledgy needs a strike here. Macknick fouls that one away to the left side. There's a fastball there. Setting up some of the off-speed pitches that he has in his arsenal. Like I mentioned, that changeup. Throws a fastball again for strike 2, and it's quickly 2-2 to Macknick. Pledgy is now 1 pitch away from getting out of this one unscathed. Pledgy kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Michael Macknick cannot catch up to that fastball. Sam Pledgy avoids trouble with the leadoff runner getting on. Striking out 2 that inning. Sam Pledgy putting in work for the Fighting Saints. When we come back, Hector Carrillo, Jake Vera, and Eric Maffey bat for the Fighting Saints. Back here for the bottom of the first inning. St. Francis is going to try to put some runs on the board. Support Sam Pledgy today. Hector Carrillo set to lead it off. Carrillo is having a pretty nice season this year. He's hitting .281. He's got 8 RBIs. He's slugging .333 with a .406 on base. First pitch misses away. Let's talk about the pitcher a little bit. Andrew Davenport carries a .767 ERA. He's come into this one with a 1-4 record. He's appeared in 6 games. 27 innings pitched. Struck out 27. Walked 16. Hitters are hitting .313 against him as Carrillo grounds one to first. Davenport covers, and there's quickly one away here in the first inning. Let's get back to Andrew Davenport. Does have a complete game shutout on the season. So something you don't see a lot in baseball anymore is a complete game shutout. Davenport's got one here. As Jake Vera steps up. Mentioned Jake Vera yesterday. Great leadoff hitter, hitting .280, or great 1-2 hitter, I should say. He's hitting .286 on the season with 1 home run, 10 driven in, slugging .416 with an on base of .385. 0-1 here to Vera. Davenport kicks and delivers. Vera lays down a bunt, does go foul. Davenport does have a pretty large frame. Something that you want in a pitcher. They call him Bubba. He's a senior, 6'4" from Griffith, Indiana. Went to Griffith High School. Like I mentioned, this is an imposing figure on the mound as Vera swings and misses. And he's down on strikes. And that'll bring up Eric Maffey, the CCAC preseason All-American, or NAIA preseason All-American. Hitting .369 on the season, 8 home runs, 22 driven in. OPS well above 1,200 as he skies one in the air to center. Shortstop, center fielder calls him off. And just like that, the Fighting Saints go down 1-2-3. Sam Pileggi had a short rest there. But when we return, he will come back. And he'll be facing Gabriel Quinones, Joseph Selby, and Cody Wilkins when we come back from the break. Stay tuned. Gabriel Quinones set to lead off the top of the second inning for the Crimson Wave. Quinones this season is hitting .282. No home runs, has driven in 12. Slugging .388 with an on-base of .354 as Pileggi misses there on the first pitch of the at-bat. 1-0 to Quinones. Quick inning for both pitchers, other than the walk by Pileggi. First inning went relatively quickly as he misses low again there. Lesoto's got to dig it out of the dirt. Count moves to quickly 2-0. Pileggi kicks and delivers the 2-0. Beats the outside part of the plate for strike one. Pileggi's a guy who command is normally his forte. He's not going to overpower you with velocity, but like I mentioned with the off-speed pitches, they are deceptive, and they set up his fastball extremely well as he misses low again there. 3-1 to Gabriel Quinones, who's looking to be the second consecutive leadoff batter that gets on, although it only has been 1 inning. The big bat of Yosef Selby due up next as Quinones singles up the middle. Ketchum gets it in, and Gabriel Quinones is 1 for 2, or 1 for 1 on this young day. Pileggi's first base hit given up today. And now Yosef Selby checks in.
Third baseman Joseph Selby.
He's hitting .440 on the season, 2 driven in, slugging .480 with a .600 on base. So he's got 25 at-bats. He started 11 games this season. Another one on this roster that can really hit the baseball. As he takes strike 1 there. Misses a little bit high there. 2-1 to Selby. Pileggi's got to be careful. Higher the pitch count goes, less time he's going to stay in this game. As Quinones takes off, Lasota fires down to second. Tag is not in time. That's the second stolen base of the day for the Crimson Wave on Jake Lasota. Both times Lasota's thrown down, he's missed a little bit high, causing McGuire, McGuire to miss the tag because he's in the air. You want that throw right at the bag, and he's just been unable to do that. However, there's a 2-2 count on Joseph Selby here. Bounces one well in front of home plate. Count goes full. Payoff pitch. Pileggi sets him down looking. Nothing he could do with that one. Froze him for strike 3. Selby goes down. And that'll bring up Cody Wilkins hitting .250 with 2 driven in, slugging .250 with an on base of .400. Pileggi's 1 step closer to getting out of this inning. Pileggi 2 strikeouts on the day. Although he has thrown a lot of balls, he is getting guys out as he misses there. 1-0 to Wilkins. There was a fastball in there. First strike 1, 1-1. Misses low again to Cody Wilkins, also a Griffith, Indiana native, attended Griffith High School. Just like his teammate, the starting pitcher today, Andrew Bubba Davenport. The 2-1. Wilkins cracks one to the right side, nearly drops fair. But it falls foul. Count goes to 2-2. Payoff pitch from Pileggi on the way, looking to record his 3rd strikeout of the day. Misses high. Like an off-speed pitch slipped out of his hand there. Nearly hits Wilkins, but nonetheless, it's 3-2 now. Second straight batter with a 3-2 count. Pileggi looks for the same result that he had with Selby. Kicks and delivers. This is high and tight again. Wilkins gets or draws the walk. bring up Jacob St. Marie.
Catcher number 12, Jacob St.
Catcher's hitting 244 on the season. He's driven into. He's slugging 244 with an on base of 404. This team knows how to get on base. They got a lot of kids with on base percentages above 450. As he takes strike one there. 0-1 from Pileggi to St. Marie. Close pitch there from Pileggi. Nearly caught the inside corner. Pileggi misses again. Counts 2-1. Take strike two there, 2-2, Jacob St. Marie. From Oak Forest, attended Oak Forest High School, as well as Morton Community College. Made his way to Calumet. Grounds one to short. Hidalgo can't get it. Third base coach is going to hold the runner at third. Bases are now loaded with nobody out. We saw this story play out yesterday. St. Francis hoping for the same result. As Julian Santoyo, the freshman out of Crete Monet High School, is into pinch run for Jacob St. Marie.
Second baseman number 26, Nino Barbosa.
Nino Barbosa steps in to hopefully drive in a few runs for Calumet. He's hitting 214 on the year, slugging 214. He's only got 3 total bases on the season. This could be a huge at-bat for him, as well as Calumet, as he takes ball one high. 1-0 to Barbosa. Pileggi looking to work his way out of the jam here. Two and 0 on a close pitch there in the outside corner. Umpire does not give it to Pileggi. Pileggi kicks and delivers. Strike one. 2-1 to Barbosa. Pileggi just got to calm down here, make good pitches. We know he can do it. He's done it before. He's got the lowest ERA on the team for a reason. Pileggi kicks, delivers. Strike two on Barbosa. That outside corner once again. Barbosa's quickly down, or even now, 2-2. Was 2-0, but 2 straight strikes by Pileggi. Change that. Swing and a miss. Sam Pileggi sets down Nino Barbosa for his 4th strikeout of the day. He set down Darius Little, Michael Macknick, Joseph Selby, and now Nino Barbosa. But now there's a bit of a threat at the plate with Sean Moore. Sean Moore walked in his first plate appearance last inning. Like I mentioned, the speed threat as he misses high. 1-0. Sean Moore, he is hitting .429, which is why he's the leadoff man. Does have a home run, so that speed and power combo. Got 3 doubles on the year, including a triple. As he swings and misses there. 1-1. Sean Moore, one of the more dangerous hitters. I'd say probably the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, especially in the leadoff spot. Batting average is really, really high. As he misses again, 2-1. Best batting average on the team among qualified players. Team batting average for Calumet is .289. They've only hit 9 home runs, driven in 135 though. So although they're not hitting the long ball, they are driving in runs. As it is now 3-1 to Sean Moore. Doesn't get the call on the outside corner. Pileggi doesn't agree with it. And a run scores. Sean Moore walks for the second time this game. And here comes manager Brian Mahalik out to talk, saying, Pileggi, get him to calm down a bit. There is one away, so all he needs is a ground ball and a double play turn to end this inning. Darius Little due up, followed by Nicholas Anderson, and then Michael Macknick, which is the part of the lineup that, although it may look like on paper that Pileggi doesn't want to face it, he's had some success today, striking out Darius Little in his first at-bat, and Michael Macknick both looking. So towards the end of the AB, especially with 2 strikes, Pileggi's got some nasty stuff. As he misses again there on a really close pitch. The 1-0 pitch to Darius Little from Pileggi on the way. Right down the middle of the plate for strike one. 1-1 now. Pileggi, a junior pitcher out of Plainfield Central. Played my high school a couple of times. Football, baseball, basketball. As Darius Little fouls that one away. One and two now, like I mentioned. Pileggi's got some nasty stuff. Little cracks that one to right field. It's going to drive in one, maybe even two. Third base coach puts up the stop sign. And Cody Wilkins comes around to score. Darius Little with a base hit. Score is now 2-0 Calumet. On another base hit. Line just keeps on moving. Bases are still loaded with one away. With Nicholas Anderson due up. Anderson hit a ground ball to second base last time. Grounded out. Take strike one from Pileggi there. Misses high again. So it was the story of missing low in the first inning, and now it's the story of missing high for Pileggi. He's yet to find that middle release point, which is tough. Pitching is the hardest thing to do in all of sports. There's no doubt about that. And especially in high leverage situations, you know, it's tough physically and mentally. You know, I've been there as much as any other pitcher has. You got to be able to work out of these spots. Got to be able to keep calm and just do what you know. Do what you know to do. We've seen it from Pileggi all years. It's a foul ball from Nicholas Anderson. 2-1 is the count. Pileggi kicks and delivers. Misses low again. Runner wants to come home, but he's caught in a run down Lesotho. Fires to third, and he's under the tag. Seems like they had all day to throw, but the trigger wasn't pulled fast enough. And the freshman Julian Santoyo's back in at third. Nearly got picked off there. Would have been a break for the Saints. And here's the payoff pitch from Pileggi. Ground ball towards the third base side. And we'll do the 3-2 all over again. Payoff pitch from Pileggi to Anderson. Anderson fouls that one back towards the sweets up here. Sam Pileggi needs a big pitch here. Three and two. Skies one to center field. Ketchum underneath it. Calls off Montgomery. And that's going to end the inning. Only 2 runs given up in what could have been a lot more. Pileggi works his way out of the jam. And the Fighting Saints are looking to bounce back with Luke Ketchum, Nate Maliska, and Brian Hidalgo due up in the bottom of the second. Stay tuned. Leading off for the Fighting Saints is going to be the center fielder, Luke Ketchum. Gold Glove winner last year. And I mentioned it yesterday a few times. Everything that you'd want in a center fielder. A true 5-tool player. Power, contact, speed, fielding. And his arm is really, really strong as he takes ball 1 there. Looking to get some base runners on. The Fighting Saints were unable to do that in the first inning against Davenport. Ketchum swings over that one. 1-1 to the St. Francis center fielder, the graduate student, who's hitting .385 on the year with 4 home runs, 14 driven in. Slugging .738 with an on base of .461. That means an OPS well above the 1100 mark, which in the major leagues is considered outstanding, as Ketchum fouls that one off. Luke Ketchum's the man to get this one started. 2-2 from Davenport. Ketchum cracks one in the air to center field. Center fielder makes the play. And Ketchum's done. And that'll bring up Nate Maliska, the freshman from St. Lawrence, who's having himself quite a season. Maliska's hitting .340, 2 driven in, slugging .362 with an on base of .407. And like I mentioned yesterday, kid is an above average fielder. He is really, really good with the glove over at first. Going to be a piece that St. Francis is going to value for a long time as their first baseman made a play. What a play by the first baseman. Looked like that ball was getting through. It was hit pretty hard, but first baseman had no problem with that one. Michael Machnik, what a play by him. Hit taken away from Meliska by Machnik. That'll bring up Brian Hidalgo. The Addison, Illinois native. Hidalgo hitting .345 on the season. Does have a home run. As Davenport misses inside. 1-1 now to Hidalgo. Spent some time at Allen Community College before transferring to St. Francis. Now he's here and he's making an impact right out of the gate, starting shortstop. It's a big accomplishment when you come to a team, you don't know anyone. You're already the starting shortstop. And I know that we're 20-some-odd games into the season as Hidalgo lines that one down the left field line, but it does end up foul. Hidalgo will get another shot here, 1-1. He's got the pop out of a shortstop position. You know, it's not really something you expect. Maybe in this day and age it is something you expect as he swings and misses there. Hidalgo set down on strikes by Davenport, and the Fighting Saints once again go very quickly in their half of the inning. Pileggi will trot back out there as he's set to face Michael Machnik, Gabriel Quinones, and Joseph Selby when we return. Michael Machnik set to face Sam Pileggi here. Pileggi had a rough second inning, looking to bounce back here and put a 0 on the scoreboard so the Saints can get right back up to the plate. Hitting is normally a strong suit for the Fighting Saints. Like I mentioned, they're hitting .299 as a team this year, or .278, my apologies. .278 as a team. .299 was Calumet. .278 as a team. They've hit 20 home runs with 129 driven in. So they do hit the long ball, and the average is pretty good. So over these last couple games, they've been able to find hits. You saw it last inning, or last half inning. Nate Meliska roped one to first base that Michael Machnik made a nice play on as Machnik swings and misses at that one there. You know, sometimes you're going to hit the ball hard, but it's just going to be right at people, and that's just, unfortunately, the results of the game as Machnik rips that one to first. Maffey makes a nice grab at that one. Michael Machnik is retired. That'll bring up Gabriel Quinones. Had a hit in his last at-bat. Top of the third inning, and they're already 1.5 way through their batting order, so moving quickly for the Crimson Wave as Quinones takes ball one. Pledgy misses low again. Lesoto's got to reach to his right. The 2-0 to Quinones from Pledgy. Misses high again. 3-0 is the count to Gabriel Quinones. Take sign was likely given by the third base coach for the Crimson Wave. And it was. 3-1 now to Quinones. Still in a very strong hitter's count. Pledgy's got to come to him. We'll see what he does with this next pitch here. The 3-1 from Pledgy. Another fastball inside. Jammed him a bit. Hidalgo going back. Falls into shallow left field for a base hit. Gabriel Quinones is on. Bringing up Joseph Selby. Selby, like I mentioned, is hitting .440. However, he has only started in 11 games. He's appeared in 12. He's got 25 at-bats, though. You know, for a guy of this stature, would not be surprised if the home run started coming very, very soon. This is there for a ball. 1-0 to Selby, who last time he was up struck out looking. And although Pledgy has given up 2 runs, he has struck out 4. So Selby grounds one to third. Carrillo makes a nice diving play over to second. McGuire. No throw to first. Great diving play by Hector Carrillo to get the lead off, man. And there's one away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Great play by Hector Carrillo. And something that has to be said about the left side of that St. Francis defense. The gloves, I should say, plural, are there. Carrillo and Hidalgo both have outstanding fielding, know how to make plays on the ball. It's a plus for Brian Mahalick's defense there, especially considering the fact that they can both hit as well. That's what you want. Guys that can hit and field. It's a rare breed in the MLB nowadays, especially in the infield. Nolan Arenado seems to be one of the only people that has continually done that in the infield, you know, from in the sense of being a Gold Glover as well as a all-star caliber hitter. Dare I say an MVP caliber hitter. Who knows what happens this year with the St. Louis Cardinals and Arenado. 0-2 from Pledgy. Wilkins fouls that one back. And we'll do the 0-2 once again. Pledgy kicks and delivers. Misses outside. Tried to hit that outside corner that the umpire's been calling for him today. He's calling it, and Crimson Wave have not been able to put any good swings on it. So if I'm Pledgy, I'm beating the outside corner as much as I can. Close pitch there. It's now 2-2 to Wilkins. Started out as an advantage for Pledgy going 0-2. Now turned into an even count, 2-2. Pledgy misses high and tight. Full count now for Pledgy. The payoff pitch misses low and away, and it's another walk for Pledgy. Cody Wilkins walks for the 2nd time this game. It's his 4th base on balls issued today. Pitch counts going up a bit, and there is an arm warming up out there in the St. Francis bullpen. Not too sure who it is. Looks like Sean Mahalick, so we could see him today at some point. But for now, manager Brian Mahalick's going to stick with Sam Pledgy. Going to bring up Jacob St. Marie, the catcher. Had a single in his last at-bat. Looking to repeat that and hopefully drive that run in from second. Strike 1 is taken. Selby's on second, with Wilkins on first. The 0-1 from Pledgy. Another strike, 0-2. Pledgy started off a little rough, but he's gotten ahead of some hitters here. It's proved pretty successful. got to be able to get ahead of hitters as a pitcher. You know, you got to be able to start off in those counts that are favorable to you and not the hitter. As St. Marie rips one to left, Vera coming on, cannot make the play. Third base coach is going to hold Selby up at third. Bases are now loaded again with 2 outs here, however. A little bit of a better situation than it was before, as St. Marie is now 2 for 2 on the day. Nino Barbosa due up in a big spot. Manager Brian Mahalik is going to come out and talk to Pileggi.
Your attention now running over at first base for Calumet St. Joseph. Number 17, Julian Santoyo.
Julian Santoyo back as the pinch runner. Saw him earlier, nearly got picked off at third.
Now batting,
but nonetheless,
number 26, Nino Barbosa.
Nonetheless, he is back at first as a pinch runner for Jacob St. Marie. And Nino Barbosa, who struck out swinging last time, looking for a different result than that, especially with the bases loaded here. Looking to give Andrew Davenport some real support here. Some extra insurance runs, if you may. Especially with how he's pitching. St. Francis doesn't seem to be seeing him very well. So some insurance runs would surely help as he takes strike one there. 0-1 to Barbosa. It's a little windy out here right now, but temperatures could get up to 50 today. Baseball weather is closer and closer, especially with opening day for the MLB approaching ever so quickly next Friday. As that one's fouled away behind the box. Press box, I should say. Pileggi's got Barbosa 0-2, looking to get out of the bases loaded jam. Umpire did not give him the call. Close pitch there. Pileggi had the right idea, beating the outside corner. Couldn't get the call though. 1-2 now. Still in a favorable pitcher's count. 2 outs here in the third. And he misses low again, looking for that outside part of the plate. 2-2 to Barbosa. Pileggi kicks and delivers. This one is skied in the air. Maffey underneath it. Calls off Pileggi, and Eric Maffey makes the play. Out number 3 is made, then Pileggi gets out of a jam unscathed. Score is still 2-0. Due up for the Fighting Saints, John McGuire, Jake Lasota, and Max Montgomery looking to spark some offense for the Saints when we return. John McGuire set to lead off the bottom of this third inning. McGuire has been pretty good bat in the lineup for Brian Mahalik. Consistent would be the word. He's hitting 254 on the season with a home run, 12 driven in. Slugging 343 with a 375 on base. McGuire lays down a bunt. Davenport's going to have to make a tough play, and he does. What a play by Andrew Davenport. Those pitcher fielding plays are not as easy as they look, especially with your body going one way and the ball going another. Great play by Andrew Davenport, and just like that, there's one away here. Good idea by McGuire, however. Well, now he knows that Davenport can field the bunt, likely what Mahalik was looking for, as Lasota swings over a slider. 0-1. Jake Lasota hitting 200 on the season, 6 driven in, 218 slugging, and a 318 on base. It's been a rough go so far for number 14, a graduate student out of Marengo High School. But we've seen him catch on in the past. He's had a 300 batting average in the last 3 seasons for the Fighting Saints, so we know what the kid can do at the plate as he strikes out looking there on the outside corner. And Davenport racks up his 3rd strikeout of the game, bringing up the freshman Max Montgomery, who's been a big part of Brian Mahalik's lineup for this season. He's hitting 209 with 4 driven in, 233 slugging, and a 286 on base. You may look at those numbers and think, well, those aren't really the greatest numbers, but he is a freshman, and he's seeing the ball pretty well. Pretty well as he takes strike 1 there. Now, a freshman starting in a college lineup is a lot harder than most people think. As he fouls one away again. One and 2 is the count to Max Montgomery. Takes the ball low. There were some stretches earlier in this season where Max Montgomery had a couple of multi-hit games. So we know the kid can hit. He just happens to be in a little bit of a rut right now, and that happens to everyone. But it's about how you bounce back. As he strikes out, swinging on another slider from Davenport. Slider proving to be a pretty effective pitch for Davenport there. As the top of the orders due up for the Crimson Wave, and we return Sean Moore, followed by Darius Little and Nicholas Anderson. Crimson Wave at bats coming up next. New arm on the mound for the Fighting Saints in the form of Sean Mahalik. Mahalik comes into this one with a 4.91 ERA. He's appeared in 10 games. Struck out 8. He's walked 5 in 18 and 1/3 innings. Hitters are having some trouble seeing him. 225 average against him. So this may be what the Saints need to hold off the Crimson Wave from scoring any more runs as we approach the halfway point of this game. Like I said, this is only a 7-inning game. And Mahalik is faced with the task that is the top of the lineup. features Sean Moore, who's walked twice, Darius Little, who has had a hit, or who had a hit in his last at-bat with an RBI, and Nicholas Anderson. Swing and a miss, and just like that, Sean Moore goes down. Quickly one away here in the top of the third, or top of the fourth, my apologies. As Darius Little steps up, like I mentioned, he struck out looking in his first appearance, but he did rip a single and drove a run in his last at bat. Great start for Sean Mahalik. He throws ball one there. Mahalik is a junior out of New Lenox, Illinois. Attended Lincoln Way Central High School, one of the 3 Lincoln Ways, East, West, and Central. One of the powerhouses in high school athletics. Mahalik was a part of it. Just like his second baseman, John McGuire, who attended Lincoln Way Central, as well as Quinn McGuire, who also attended Lincoln Way Central. That one's fouled back towards the sweets up here by me. Count moves to 2-2. Mahalik's got Darius Little in a pretty good count here. Little cracks that one to left. Vera ranging back on the track, and he makes the catch. Darius Little got a lot more of that ball than I thought he did. All the way back to the warning track there. Jake Vera does make the play. Then there's 2 outs here with Nick Anderson due up. Anderson 0 for 2 on the day. Mahalik cruising so far. Two away for Anderson. He looks to get on base here and spark something with 2 outs for the Crimson Wave. Takes ball 1. Strike 1 taken. 1-1 for Mahalik. And there's strike 2. That outside corner that Pileggi had working for him. And the count moves to 1-2. Mahalik looking for the payoff pitch. And Anderson lines one into center for a base hit. That'll be his first of the day. As the inning will continue for Michael Macknick. Was struck out looking so far. Ripped a ball to first, but Maffey made a nice play on it. 0 for 2. Michael Macknick, an imposing figure for the Crimson Wave. Swings and misses. They took a big hack at that one. Macknick is 6'4". Huge lefty bat. Was surprisingly not hit any out this year. Mahalik misses low. Count is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Mahalik. This is outside. 2-1. Good hitters count for Michael Macknick here. Get one deep enough into the gap, looking to drive that run in from first with a good jump as well. Count moves to 3-1. Mahalik's fallen behind Macknick. Macknick rips that one down the right field line. Foul ball. That ball had a lot of heat on it. And we'll do the 2-strike pitch all over again. Full count here. Mahalik to Macknick. Steps off, fakes a throw to first. Nobody's covering. Maffey runs over, a little bit delayed. The payoff pitch from Mahalik here. Macknick cracks that one in the air to left field. Back at the wall is Montgomery, and that ball is long gone. Michael Macknick sent that ball to the moon. 3-2 pitch. Mahalik missed, and Macknick, well, he didn't miss. Score is now 4-0 there. You don't need a ball in the gap when you can hit a ball over the fence. Macknick demolished that one. And now it's Gabriel Quinones. Grounds one to first. It will go foul. Maffey makes a nice diving play there, or sliding play, I should say. That is Macknick's first home run of the season, his 16th driven in. It's got to feel good to get that first home run out of the way. Quinones cracks one in the air to center field. Catch him, drifts back a little bit, and he makes the catch for the third out. Michael Macknick with a 2-run home run with 2 outs in the inning to put the Crimson Wave on top 4-0. Coming up for the Fighting Saints is Hector Carrillo, Jake Vera, and Eric Maffey. Stay tuned. Hector Carrillo set to lead it off for the Fighting Saints here. In the bottom of the 4th inning, that home run by Michael Macknick extended the lead to 4. So insurance runs were provided for Davenport, who's throwing extremely well as of right now, as Carrillo fouls that one off. Davenport has 4 strikeouts on the day with no walks. He's throwing extremely well. Looking to continue that here. Carrillo swings over the top of a pitch there. Looked to be an off-speed pitch. Count is quickly 0-2 to Carrillo. Davenport kicks and delivers. Carrillo grounds one to third. Will go foul. And we'll do the 0-2 pitch again. Tulsa, Oklahoma native Hector Carrillo, transfer from Pittsburgh State in his first season with the Fighting Saints. Misses low there. 1-2. One half of the Gold Glove caliber duo, Brian Hidalgo and himself. As he takes strike 3 there, Andrew Davenport has another strikeout, his 5th on the day. That'll bring up Jake Vera. Fighting Saints have yet to crack Andrew Davenport. The slider of Davenport, along with that fastball, it may not look extremely fast, but when you pair it with off-speed pitches like that slider and the changeup that you saw right there, it's really tough to hit. Carrillo goes down looking. Jake Veras quickly down 0-1. 1-1 now. To the senior left fielder out of Chicago, Illinois. Kankakee Community College. Former Kankakee Community College student, as Vera lightly hits one to second. Soft line out to the second baseman, Gabriel Quinones, and there's quickly 2 away for Eric Maffey. If you want a guy to start a rally, this is the guy you want. Eric Maffey looking to get something done for the Fighting Saints. Fighting Saints have been shut out for 12 consecutive innings. As Maffey takes strike 1 there. All in part to great pitching. Sam Jackson of North Park yesterday threw an outstanding 6 innings, striking out 5. Fighting Saints just could not crack that code. They're having some trouble with Andrew Davenport too. Oh, 0-2 to Maffey. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Kicks and delivers. Maffey swings and misses. Andrew Davenport. Another strikeout for Andrew Davenport, and his dominant day continues. Due up for the Crimson Wave, Joseph Selby, Cody Wilkins, and Jacob St. Marie after the break. Due up for the Crimson Wave, Joseph Selby, set to lead off the top of the 5th inning here. Selby followed by Wilkins and Jacob St. Marie. And in this game, there's really been no weak spots. You know, normally you get to the lower part of a lineup as Selby lines that one to center field. Ketchum tries to come in on it. First step was back. And Selby's going to stop at second. Ketchum misread that one. Very uncharacteristic of the Gold Glove winner. But nonetheless, that ball falls. And Joseph Selby is standing on second base with a double. Cody Wilkins due up. There's no official at-bat today. He's walked twice. As Mahalik looks to get out of an early jam, or at least retire Cody Wilkins. Runner in scoring position on second. And it looked like Ketchum reacted just a little bit too late. Ball was hit pretty hard, but it didn't look like it was tailing too much. Ketchum kind of froze, and that proved to be his downfall. Ball slipped underneath his glove, and Selby standing on second. Quickly 0-1 though to Cody Wilkins. Wilkins tries to lay down a bunt, but fouls one off. Gotta wonder, will he go for another one? Saw in the World Baseball Classic with Japan. One of their hitters was down 0-2. Still decided to lay down a bunt. Got it down, advanced the runner. Especially in high school and college baseball, bunts are practiced a lot. Gotta wonder, will he go for it again? He does not square. Lines that one to right. Montgomery coming in towards the foul line. Makes the catch. Selby fakes the tag up. And there's one away here. Great play by Max Montgomery near the right field foul pole, or foul line. And there's one away here.
Number 12, Jacob St. Marie.
Jacob St. Marie due up. He's 2 for 2. One of the hottest hitters on this team right now. Arguably the hottest hitter on the team. In this game, at least. 2 for 2 on the day. Mahalik misses low, 1-0. 6 of the 9 batters for the Crimson Wave have a hit in this game. As strike 1 is taken there. The 1-1 pitch from Mahalik. The reliable bullpen arm for Coach Brian Mahalik. As St. Marie swings and misses at that one. Bullpen, it seemed to be one of the big question marks for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. It's a very young bullpen, and that could attribute to some of the struggles that they've had so far. As St. Marie kind of slap hits that one to right. Montgomery coming on, but that one's going to end up in the grass over in right field. To the right of the St. Francis bullpen. Count is 1-2. Going back to the St. Francis bullpen, it's a young bullpen, like I said. And you know, when guys don't have experience, it could be harder for them to work out of situations, especially at the college level. As he swings and misses there, Mahalik sets down St. Marie. Swinging over the top of a nice off-speed pitch there. Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter here. Ryan Kalinowski set to pinch hit here for Nino Barbosa. Kalinowski on this season, although he's only hit 14 at-bats, he's hitting .357 with a home run and 6 driven in. Takes a strike on the outside part of the plate there. Kalinowski, an Oak Creek, Wisconsin native, transfer from St. Ambrose University. He's a senior catcher standing 5'11". Like I mentioned, 1 home run in only 14 at-bats. As he grounds one to third, Carrillo makes a nice play on the ball. Maffey cannot scoop it. And there are 2 runners on now as Barbosa beats out what likely would have been a base hit anyways, regardless of if Maffey could have ended up scooping that ball. That'll bring up Sean Moore, who's 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks and a strikeout. Not an easy out at the plate. Mahalik's got to find a way to work around him. Sean Moore fouls one back towards the Sweets. 4th time through the batting order for this Calumet team. The 0-1 from Mahalik to Sean Moore. Takes strike 1, 1-1. And although the St. Francis bullpen and rotation has not been up to, I'm sure, what they hoped, their hitting has been truly outstanding as Moore grounds one to McGuire, who fires over to Maffey at first. 3 outs here in the top of the 5th inning as the St. Francis Fighting Saints go to the bottom of the 5th inning looking to change the complexion of this game. Hopefully get some runs or some runners on base. Hopefully results in some runs. All that coming up next. Luke Ketchum looking to try and change this game. Davenport does trot out there for his 5th inning of work. Sam Pileggi's line for the Fighting Saints. 4 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 3 innings pitched. Had some trouble with command. Did walk 4 batters. But that's in the past. Now's the present. Luke Ketchum looking to get on here as he skies one a mile high behind the plate. Catcher Jacob St. Marie looking to make a play. In and out of the glove of Jacob St. Marie. And all that will result in a foul ball. That would have been a tough play for any player, especially with the wind we got going here today in Joliet. As soon as that ball goes up into the air, no idea where it's going to land. Luke Ketchum is now down 0-2. Davenport looking for his 7th strikeout. Close pitch there. 1-2 to Ketchum. This would be his 7th strikeout. If he can get Ketchum swinging or looking here. And he does! Andrew Davenport strikes out his 7th. Ketchum doesn't agree with it. And that'll bring up the freshman Nate Maliska. First at bat, had a hard hit line out to Michael Macknick over at first base. Thought it was going to get through. Count goes to 1-0. Maliska's seen his playing time increase over the last couple of weeks. It's no surprise why. Kid's got a batting average over .330. And when you're doing that, chances are you're going to play a lot more, especially in the at-bats that he's gotten. As he grounds one, third baseman coming on. Selby cannot make a play on that one. Slips underneath his glove. That would have been a tough play. Looked like he misjudged it a little bit, but nonetheless, it's an error on Calumet. And that'll bring up Brian Hidalgo, their first base runner of the day. First base runner of the day for the Fighting Saints. Hidalgo grounds one to short. 6-4. And they turn the double play. And just like that, the inning is over. First base runner of the day did not last long for St. Francis. Crimson Wave turns the double play. And when we come back, Darius Little, Nicholas Anderson, and Michael Macknick wait for Sean Mahalik. as we reach the bottom of the 5th inning here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Darius Little set to lead off the top of the 6th inning. I believe I said top of the 5th. Top of the 6th inning here. St. Francis trails 4-0 on the heels of a Michael Macknick home run back in inning number 4. Mahalik misses with the first pitch, 1-0. 2-0 to Darius Little, who today is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. As he gets strike 1 there to Darius Little. Top 3 hitters in this Crimson Wave lineup as Little lines one to short. Hidalgo makes a nice play on it. 1 away here in the top of inning number 6. Going back to what I was saying, the top 3 hitters in this lineup are all 320-plus hitters, with one of them being a 420-plus hitter. Sean Moore, like I've mentioned, hitting 429. Darius Little hitting 329, and now he's got to deal with Nicholas Anderson, who's hitting 323. Anderson fouls that one away to the right side. Mahalik kicks in and delivers to Anderson. Anderson lines one down the third base line. That was an absolute rope. Anderson looking for 2. Might even look for 3 there as Vera still hasn't gotten it in. It is now thrown in, and that's a double for Nicholas Anderson, his 2nd hit of the game. And already, Crimson Wave are threatening again with a runner in scoring position, and that'll bring up Mike Mahalik. Mike Macknick. Apologies. Michael Macknick, we saw last time he was up, hit a towering home run to right field off of Sean Mahalik. It was a 3-2 count that Mahalik just missed the last off-speed pitch with. I believe it was a changeup. Missed his spot, and when you miss your spot with a changeup or any other off-speed pitch, especially a spot where it's going to be hanging, chances are that ball's going to go really, really far. You'd rather miss low than miss high. As Macknick fouls one into the glove of Jake Lasota. Count moves to 1-1. Mahalik kicks and delivers. Macknick skies that one in the air. Hidalgo underneath it. And he makes the play. 2 away here in the top of inning number 6. That'll bring up Gabriel Quinones. Gabriel Quinones up. He takes strike one there. Quinones today 2 for 3 with 2 singles. 2 base hits on the day for Quinones. Had some pretty nice at-bats. Not swinging at junk like he does right there. And it's quickly 0-2. Mahalik in a favorable count. Count is 1-2 now. Mahalik looking to get out of this right here. Some action in the St. Francis bullpen. The 1-2 pitch misses high. Count goes to 2-2. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Gabriel Quinones goes down swinging. Sean Mahalik ends the inning with a runner that was in scoring position on second. Nothing materializes. And the Fighting Saints go to the bottom of the 6th, trailing 4-0. Looking to put some runs on the board, looking to get some runners on base. John McGuire, Jake Lasota, and Max Montgomery are due up. All that when we return. St. Francis looks to snap the offensive woes that they've encountered for the first 6 innings of their first 5 innings of this game. John McGuire looking to get on base here and start something for the Fighting Saints as he skies one in the air. Shortstop calls off Selby, and there's quickly one away here. And that'll bring up number 14, the catcher, Jake Lasota. Lasota on the day is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. Looks like the rest of his teammates. Andrew Davenport is simply dealing. There's no other way to put it. And when a pitcher's on his stuff, I mean, it's really hard for hitters to figure him out as he throws strike one there. 0-1 to Lasota. I mean, today Davenport has 7 strikeouts over 5 1/3 innings. And he's quickly ahead on another batter. 0-2 to Jake Lasota. Davenport kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss on a slider in the other batter's box. Lasota couldn't lay off. And just like that, there are 2 away here for Max Montgomery. Looking to do something here against Davenport as strike one's taken there. And you could tell that St. Francis doesn't really agree with the outside part of that plate being called a strike. Fouls that one off. 0-2 to Max Montgomery. Montgomery fouls that one to the right. 0-2 to the freshman out of St. Lawrence High School. Cracks one in the air to left. Coming in on it is Sean Moore. Another inning, another shutout for Andrew Davenport as he sets the order down, sets them down in order, I should say. No hits for the Fighting Saints, no runs, no base runners. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, St. Francis still trails 4-0. Due up for the Crimson Wave, Joseph Selby. Selby is 1 for 3 on the day so far with a double in his last at-bat. Double that was hit with no outs in the inning. Nothing materialized. Sean Mahalik was able to work his way out of it as he misses away for ball 1 there. Brian Mahalik, don't think he's going to use another pitcher today, assuming Mahalik can get out of this inning unscathed. As he grounds one to second, McGuire makes a play on it, fires to first. And there's quickly one away here in the top of the 7th inning. Other than the home run from Macknick, Mahalik has worked extremely well. He's not letting guys get on base. And that'll bring up Cody Wilkins. Wilkins 0 for 1 on the day. 2 walks his first 2 plate appearances. Flew out to right field in his last at-bat as he takes strike 1 there from Mahalik. Grounds one. Mahalik stumbles on the mound. Carrillo makes a nice play on it, fires to first. Mahalik went to make a play on that, but he slipped. But Carrillo got the out nonetheless. And they're 2 away here at the top of the 7th inning. With the catcher, Jacob St. Marie, due up now. Takes ball 1. St. Marie today 2 for 3. 2 base hits. Takes strike 1. 1-1 now to St. Marie. If he gets on base, look for the Crimson Wave to turn to Julian Santoyo, freshman out of Crete Moni who can fly. Two and 1 to St. Marie. St. Marie grounds one to short. Hidalgo fields it cleanly, fires to first. 3 outs here in the top of the 7th. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Hector Carrillo, Jake Vera, and Eric Maffey look to get on base and put some runs on the board as we head to the last half inning of this ball game. St. Francis trails 4-0. St. Francis here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hector Carrillo looking to get on base here, something that only one person has been able to do in the St. Francis lineup, and it was Nate Maliska. Back in the 5th inning when he reached on an error. Davenport's first pitch to Carrillo misses outside. Davenport so far struck out 8, my apologies. He struck out 8 batters in 6 innings of work. All of his innings seem to go very quickly. He's only thrown 52 pitches. Carrillo lines that one into center, a little underneath it, makes the play. And there's one out here in the top of the 7th for Jake Vera. Left fielder 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Carrillo hit that ball pretty well, but just right at Darius Little. Nothing you can do about it. We'll see if Jake Vera can do anything about it. Jake Vera lines the first one. Back towards the screen. Count moves to 0-1. Grounds that one to short. Fires over to first. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Michael Macknick looking to finish the job and put the Fighting Saints away. His toughest test is up right now, however, Eric Maffey, CCAC Player of the Year last year. Davenport fires strike 1. The 0-1 to Maffey. Maffey swings and misses at a slider. And just like that, Maffey's down 0-2. The 0-2 from Davenport. Taken outside by Maffey. Count moves to 1-2. Misses high. 2-2 to the Fighting Saints first baseman. Swing and a miss. Andrew Davenport has no-hit the Fighting Saints. What a pitching performance from Andrew Davenport. I mentioned it earlier, threw a complete game shutout earlier this year. This tops it. A 9-strikeout no-hitter. And the offensive woes for St. Francis continue. St. Francis has been shut out for 16 consecutive innings. And after the pitching performance from Sam Jackson yesterday of North Park, Andrew Davenport follows it up with a no-hitter, his second shutout of the season. And a moment he'll remember for the rest of his life. Congratulations to Davenport. Fighting Saints go down with no hits. Davenport only threw 62 pitches in this game, striking out 9. St. Francis was out-hit 9-0 with a final score of 4-0. Calumet did commit 2 errors. St. Francis committed 1. Some of the hitting stats for Calumet: Sean Moore goes 0 for 2 with an RBI. Darius Little goes 1 for 4 with an RBI. Nick Anderson goes 2 for 4. Michael Macknick goes 1 for 4 with the home run that he hit in the 4th inning. Gabriel Quinones goes 2 for 4. And Jacob St. Marie goes 2 for 4. Pitching for Calumet, as I mentioned. 7 innings pitched for Davenport. No hits, 9 strikeouts, absolute dominance. From the Griffith, Indiana native. Mom and Dad are proud of you, I'm sure. Great performance from Andrew Davenport. Now we look at St. Francis pitching. Sam Pileggi started this game through 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, struck out 4, walked 4, allowed 5 hits. Sean Mahalik came in relief through 4 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 doubles and a home run. Calumet takes this one by a score of 4-0, but stay tuned for the second game of this doubleheader we have coming up in about a half hour, 45 minutes. I'm Jake DiLorenzo signing off. I will see you guys in a bit.